Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another game review. And this time we're taking a look at the Pokemon Steam Siege Volcanion EX Full Art Secret Rare Holo card. And this is from the Pokemon Steam Siege expansion. And he is one out of the two secret rares in the set, number 115 out of 114. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the card. Alright, so taking a look at the card. So this is one out of the two secret rares in the Pokemon Steam Siege expansion. They have Volcanion EX and then Gardevoir EX. There are three versions of Volcanion. You have the regular EX, the ultra rare full art, and then this is the secret rare full art. And this is probably the best looking artwork out of all of them. One thing you can't really get just by looking at it right here, but I did show in the little intro videos, is the texturing in this card is absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful texturing in these full art cards. It's a secret rares in the sets. It's got the gold border that goes all the way around the card, which you can see that sets it apart, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Now obviously it's a full art, so it doesn't have a little box in area, so sometimes people get turned off by these cards because it's hard to read what's going on if you're trying to read it. But I mean, it does really add to the look of the card with the full art, and I do enjoy that. But let's take a closer look at each section. So up at the top you can see Volcanion EX. I mean, you can see it's got the gold EX. Volcanion, it says basic, which he is a basic Pokemon. And here you can get a better look at kind of seeing the texture. How you see those little lines in the gold and throughout the card. That is actually the texturing throughout the card. Then we take a look at his HP. He's got 180, which is pretty good for a EX. I mean, most EXs pretty much stop at 170, 180, so he's on the higher end of that. He is a fire and a water Pokemon, so he's definitely good, at attacking different Pokemon that have weaknesses. It's nice that he's got those two. And then looking at the main artwork, I mean, he looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's a really nice looking version of Volcanion. The other full art also looks great, but this guy is just so unique, and with the gold, it definitely brings it out. So he's got one ability, and that ability is called Steam Up, and it says once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a fire energy card from your hand. If you do so, during this turn, your basic fire Pokemon attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. And this is also something that can stack if you have multiple Volcanion guys, which is really nice because if these guys are on the bench, and they do that, and you discard a fire energy. So you can discard a fire energy, and if let's say you have two Volcanions, you can discard two fire energies, and you can do 30 per each Volcanion, so that's 60 damage extra. And then if you have the regular Volcanion as your active spot, you can hit for 20, so you're actually hitting for 80 because you got the 60. Or I'm sorry, that you got the 60 plus the 20. And you pull one of your fire energies back. So I mean, and this is stackable, so it's really nice that you could do this if you have multiple Volcanions. And I've seen some crazy steam ups in person as well as on the Pokemon TCG online. He does just have one attack. It's two fire energy and one basic energy, and it's called Volcanic Heat for 130. And it says this Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. But most of the time when I see these guys, they are on the bench kind of doing the steam up. So, I mean, you can attack with them, every other turn essentially if using your active. But, I mean, it's mainly used for that steam up, that nasty, nasty steam up that can really, make your Pokemon just really put the hurt on them. He has a weakness to water, which is pretty much normal for fire Pokemon. And his retreat cost is 3 energy. So, pretty high retreat cost. Not as high as some of the other guys like Steelix EX, but still pretty high. And his resistance is to nothing. And in the final corner of the card, we have the Pokemon EX rule. When a Pokemon EX has been knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. Pretty standard. And you can see it's 115 out of 114. That's how you can tell it's a secret rare. I mean, even if you look at the artwork and you're confused because it's got the gold borders, there's only 114 cards in the set, so any number that's higher than the actual set number, which is on the right, is a secret rare. And you can see it's got the little star, so it's a secret rare, and this is the little gear symbol is the Steam Siege logo from the Steam Siege expansion. Final impressions of this card, this is, probably the best looking Volcanion EX card that you get. Like I said, there are 3 in the set, but I do believe that this is the best one, at least in my opinion. I love the gold border for the secret rare. I mean, the artwork is absolutely fantastic, and the texturing on these full arts is just beautiful. Like I said, you can watch it in a video all day, but if you don't have one of these in your hand, you won't be able to tell. His ability is probably the main draw for this card. Having his attack, only 1 attack, volcanic heat for 130. He's good. That's not a bad attack. That'll knock out most, non-EX Pokemon for 2 fire and 1, regular energy or whatever you can find, colorless energy. But the only problem is you can't attack next turn, so that does kind of suck. He is an EX Pokemon, so if he gets knocked out, you do lose 2 cards. But what this guy's really used for is putting him on your bench. I mean, getting 3 of these guys up on your bench and just using the steam up for each one, which is stackable, because you discard a fire energy from your hand and then you do 30 more damage. I mean, and then you can, and this is for each ability, and then if you have the regular Volcanion in your active spot and you use his first attack, which is it only hits for 20, but you add on the additional 30s for each Volcanion you have, and then you can pull 2 fire energies out of the discard pile and attach it to basic Pokemon on the bench. So you have 3 Volcanions on your bench and you decide to use the steam up and go all the way, you're actually only losing 1 fire energy, and you're getting 2 of them back essentially. So I mean, you discard 3 and the regular Volcanion would pull back 2. So I mean, that's not bad at all. I mean, that's like an energy recycling essentially. I mean, you could really put the hurt on somebody. I mean, you're looking at 30, 30, 30, and then and then 20, and that's pretty nasty. And you can, obviously, the other Volcanion's attack is 100. So if you don't get your energy back, I mean, you could do like 190 damage, but you'd lose 3 fire energies. But then on your next attack, you could just get it back. So it's pretty nasty. I mean, I've seen this guy used in person in the online game, and it's pretty nasty. Now, obviously, he does have a weakness to water, which is unfortunate, but that's like with all fire Pokemon. Out of all the Pokemon in the new expansion, I'm partial to Steelix. I really like the Steelix EX deck and the Mega EX. I really enjoy it. I found a way to pump energy onto him really quick using Clawitzer, and I prefer that over Volcanion and Volcanion EX, but definitely a really strong card. And people love fire energy, they want to make it work. Same thing with like Charizard. You want to use those awesome Pokemon and stuff, and I really enjoy this card. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.